of starting a training division, which we should. We absolutely should. We should strike me down, hate me, whatever. We should have a well-funded training program way before we have a well-funded public relations program. All day long. Because it doesn't matter how many smoke detectors you go in. All this stuff is good. I'm not saying it's bad. You can go install 1 million smoke detectors a year. You can go teach at every school in your district. You can go and do all that stuff. And fires are still going to happen. So if the fires are still going to happen, the car wrecks are, guys, y'all pay fucking auto insurance just like I do. Car wrecks are increasing like crazy. So your amount of extrications and responses to vehicle wrecks are going to increase. No matter where you live, no matter how much PR you do about drive safe and buckle up, wrecks are still increasing. So if we're still going to do it, then we got to be the best at it. And what that means is the training program should be 100 times what the public relations program is and the prevention program is. Strike me down, all you community risk analysis, whatever peoples that's a whole new chief position that's taken off in the state of Texas is the whatever, community risk chief, something another. Whatever, that's great, awesome, another chief's position. If our training division does not have 10 times the budget of that position, then the department is failing, in my opinion. Because we still got to perform. We still have got to have guys, and I'm not saying send everybody off to every conference, every FDI, although those things are great. They're truly great if you want your department to actually gain a base level of knowledge of what's really working across the nation, especially places that burn a lot versus somewhere that doesn't make a lot of fires. You're going to have to seek outside information. You're going to have to seek outside training sources. I'm not just talking about that. If you're at a small department, I've seen this multiple times. My old department, we're a small department. On duty, we might have enough for one crew to be able to do a training for the day. So what you do is use that training budget to establish some overtime so you can actually say quarterly, have all your guys come in for a massive multi-company drill. Now we can do a real training with 20, 30 people there, you small departments, that gets a lot of guys, and that comes out of the training budget where it's not coming out of regular payroll that you already struggle with. Build that training budget where it can support a multi-company drill where instead of doing 2 or 3 people training for the day, now I can have 20 to 30 all come in off duty, whatever that looks like, and have a big training where we can do some real evolutions and we can do some good shit to get some real training done, not just 1 or 2 guys pulling cross lays. It's really hard to build legit evolutions with 1 or 2 guys pulling cross lays. It just is. So that's what I'm saying with the training. In turn with that, guys, that's putting people, regardless of the rank, regardless of their certifications and education level and all that kind of stuff. Man, I heard, I'm not going to put his total name out there. A lot of you know him. He works for Rural Fire Tactics. Firefighter Cook out there. He works in Texas for, honestly, a pretty big city in Texas compared to where I live. And, guys, he's a firefighter rank. But they have him head of training for his department, city department. Why? Because he literally travels with one of the most reputable training companies in the nation at this point and is a badass. So his department's like, hey, we're going to capitalize on the fact that this guy literally is a badass, training, learning the best of the best. He's passionate about training. He's doing this. He's doing that. Let's put him in charge of training, regardless of his rank. He don't have to be a chief. You don't have to be a chief to be in charge of training. But too many people want to be a chief to be in charge of training because they want that bugle instead of the responsibility of making guys better. And it all falls back on that trust. You will never be able to drive through your district and have complete trust that no matter what shift is on, what crew is on, what station's district you're in, when you wreck out or you have a medical emergency or you have a fire, God forbid, if you don't have trust with every crew, then you are failing. And your training program is failing. And why is it failing? I'm going to bet 9 times out of 10, it's failing because of the people that you put in positions to run it.